Hydrocarbons. The word hydrocarbon, it means the compounds of carbon and hydrogen, right? So hydrocarbon, it is nothing but it contains compound of carbon and hydrogen. So carbon and hydrogen, apart from carbon and hydrogen, other elements like oxygen, nitrogen may be present, but most important constituents are carbon and hydrogen. So hydrocarbons means compounds of carbon and hydrogen. Within the hydrocarbon, organic chemistry is a small part. So hydrocarbons, vast number of compounds we have, right? You might have heard naphthalene balls, right, which we used to uh, keep those balls in the storage, right, in order to avoid the termites, insects. So those naphthalene balls. Petrol is a hydrocarbon. Diesel, kerosene, oil, it's a hydrocarbon, right? Wood is a hydrocarbon. So any living thing, it contains, or not only the living things but many substances, the carbon and hydrogen are the most important part. So within the hydrocarbons we have organic compounds, which is a smaller part within the hydrocarbons. So let us see how many types, how many categories of the hydrocarbons are there, right? Each and every word you should know in order to have a complete grip over organic chemistry. All these terminologies should be very well learned, understood, in order to have a grip, you should say like a confidence in studying the organic chemistry. So starting with hydrocarbons, the compounds of carbon and hydrogen, they are further classified as aliphatic and cyclic. So what are the aliphatic hydrocarbons? Aliphatic hydrocarbons are those ones which are straight chains, or you may also say the branch chains, but if it has a chain type of structure, we call it as a aliphatic hydrocarbons. Aliphatic hydrocarbons having a chain or branch chain type of the structures, we call aliphatic hydrocarbons. They are further classified as saturated and unsaturated. Saturated means only single bond, like here I have shown, this is a saturated hydrocarbon, has only single bonds in it. But if I make such compound, right, which may have one, right, or may have multiple double bonds, we call it as unsaturated. So if only single bond is present, the compound, we call it as a saturated compound, or you can say saturated hydrocarbon, or you can also say a saturated organic compound, only if single bond is present. In case double bond, or you may say in case if there is a triple bond present, one or more triple bond or one or more double bond, or combination of double bond and triple bond, right? So apart from single bond, there is also a double bond, or there may be a triple bond, or there may be both of them. Such compounds we call it as a unsaturated hydrocarbons. So unsaturated hydrocarbons, apart from single bond, they contain double bond as well as triple bond, maybe in one number, two number, or multiple. Then unsaturated hydrocarbons are further classified as alkenes and alkynes. Alkenes, double bonded compounds. If there is only double bond, one or many, we call it as alkynes. Like if I draw this compound, right, if I write this compound, it's an alkene, it has double bond. One more example. Two double bonds. So one or more double bond, it's an alkene. It may also have branches, anything, but double bond is the identification of the alkenes. So whenever you hear the word alkene, or whenever you hear the word ene, in, it means double bond is present. Same way, under unsaturated we have alkynes. If there is one or more triple bond, remember the hydrocarbon or organic molecule, it's called as a alkyne. Remember the word alkyne or yne, the last words suffix, right, they hold importance. So alkynes, one or more triple bond compounds, we call it as a alkynes. Coming to the cyclic side, cyclic hydrocarbons, from the word itself we get to know, right, cyclic means they have some closed structure. So first and the last carbon, they meet. So it's a cyclic hydrocarbon. If I write it in a line notation or a line format of presentation, it can be written like this. I told you that line formulas, it means every edge has got the carbon and then complete its tetravalency. For this carbon, two bonds are satisfied, other two bonds by default you can place the hydrogen. Same for this carbon and same for the third carbon. So cyclic hydrocarbons, the first and the last carbon, they are combined with a covalent bond. One more example, you can draw like this, right? Here you have a carbon, here you have a carbon, here you have a carbon, here you have a carbon. Cyclic hydrocarbons. There may be double bond also. Double bond may also be present. There may be also triple bond, like you can draw like this, right? Cyclic hydrocarbon, the first and the last carbon is connected, or the structure represents a cycle of 3 carbon, 4 carbon, 5 carbon, 6 carbon, 10 carbons, 20 carbons, any number of carbons. But if it is in a cyclic form, we call it as a cyclic hydrocarbon. Then we have alicyclic hydrocarbons. So alicyclic hydrocarbons are those which have they have properties of aliphatic as well as cyclic. So here we have two words, alicyclic. So aliphatic means straight chain ones or branch chain ones, and cyclic means ring ones. So under the cyclic hydrocarbons we have a alicyclic hydrocarbons. So these are all examples of the alicyclic hydrocarbons. Under alicyclic hydrocarbons, saturated, right? Here I said saturated means only single bond. So you can say this is the example of saturated, and this one is also example of saturated, only single bond as well as cyclic, alicyclic, right? Under the cyclic hydrocarbon we have alicyclic, under alicyclic we have saturated and unsaturated. Unsaturated means double bond or triple bond, both may be present in multiple numbers. So unsaturated, these are unsaturated in nature. So this is one example of the unsaturated alicyclic hydrocarbon. Then under cyclic hydrocarbon, second category we have aromatic. Aromatic means such type of the ring is present. We call it as aromatic. You can just note 6 carbons we have. If I draw it here, it has got 6 carbons, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbons, and there are alternate double bonds, only double bonds. So such type of structures we call aromatic hydrocarbons, right? The sweet smell of the soap, it's because of some aromatic hydrocarbons, right? Perfumes, oils, they have got fat, they have got such type of a basic structure in them. So with such type of, this is a basic structure, and using such basic structure you can see there are multiple compounds. Naphthalene, I said, the naphthalene balls which we place it in the closet, in the lockers in order to avoid insects, moths, right? So naphthalene balls has also a structure which is derived from the benzene. So this structure we call it as a benzene. So aromatic means aromatic means you may say a cyclic as well as alternate double bonds, right? Under aromatic we have further more classification, but not needed as of now. So the hydrocarbons and various types of hydrocarbons should be now clear to you.